Better Part is a volunteer program offered through the Cupertino Senior Center. We produce and film programs that educate, inform, and entertain the members of our community. Hello, I'm Greg Johnsrude of The Better Part, and I'm here with my guest, Phil Lenihan, also of The Better Part. In the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to share with you a little bit about us and what we do. Welcome, Phil.
Wow, thank you for having me. As you said, we're a volunteer organization at the Senior Center. We were founded in 1983. That's 32 years ago. To date, we've made 1,138 television shows.
That's impressive.
And at the Senior Center, there's many organizations that you can join. We're considered maybe a club. Some people say we're a class. But our group has chosen to make television shows and learn technology, actually. And most of the people in our group have never worked in television or broadcast, and we train through the station and through the members, and we have our own training program. So anybody can join this group, and you don't need any education in broadcasting or television production.
Well, who is The Better Part, and how did it get the name The Better Part?
Okay, so I get this straight. I made a cue card so I could get the quote correct. Okay, the name of the program was inspired by a poem by Robert Browning. And it says, "Grow old along with me. The best is yet to be. The last of life for which the first was made." So in the very beginning, the program was seniors making television shows for seniors. And according to the poem, the better part of your life, which you've prepared for all along, is when you become a senior citizen. So that's how it got made. It's the broad mixture of senior citizens making television shows.
Well, how has it impacted your life?
Oh, that's interesting. First of all, ego-wise, it's fun. Because when you're retired, everybody else says, "What are you doing retired?" And I love to say, "I make TV shows. I'm a TV producer." And that's what we do. And it's also mental health. We are working on projects and programs and learning new technologies, creating things, making timing and planning, looking for locations, looking for programs. We're very, very active when we're making these programs.
What kind of programs does The Better Part produce?
I need another cue card for that.
Okay.
We're a TV magazine, so we make any possible program that the group approves. All programs are approved by the group, so it puts some limitation on it. So let me run down the list here from my list here. We do programs like poetry reading, the Civil War, crime prevention, gardening, ukulele Christmas, tuba Christmas, senior housing, the Falcons of the San Jose City Hall. We had a program on that. Operation Freedom Paws. Those are service animals for veterans that are taken from the pound.
Oh, really?
They're rescue dogs. And the veterans go down there and meet the dogs and have become friendly with the dogs, then they bond. And we had the program, we had 3 dogs on the set where we're sitting now. One was a pit bull.
Oh, jeez.
They sat through the whole program, and the only thing that bothered them was, which way do I roll over to finish sleeping? So we did a coffee, diamonds. We did a coffee on tea to complement the coffee. We're doing a series now on career planning and thinking about your careers. We work with the League of Women Voters to get the word out on some propositions. Irish bagpipes, public art, gardening, dog fest. One member produced a program with her radiologist and her plumber.
Oh my God.
I know they were good shows, and some of us still use the plumber. Wildlife Rescue, which was the animals over in Half Moon Bay. And our first show, I looked up what our first show was. It was It's Us Boutique. I have no idea what that means, but that was our first show. And one of our best shows was The Final Harvest, which was the story of the Harris Lass House in Santa Clara and the history of the property and the history of the owner And then we had, the producer had some reenactors there, and it won a WAVE award. That was one of the best shows I think we've ever done.
What are the geographical areas that the Better Part can be viewed?
We broadcast basically, first of all, from KMVT, and then copies go out to stations from as far north as Atherton, down to North Monterey County, all of Santa Cruz County, and then we've just added Sunnyvale, which was not carrying public access television for a long time, and then we've also added Santa Clara and Milpitas.
What about the Santa Clara Library?
Oh yes, we have programs in the Santa Clara Library. They order, they pick them and they order them, and we supply them. They most likely have right now about 100 programs in the library. You take them out just like a book.
What's one of the most interesting shows that you've done?
Oh, that's a good question. One of the ones I liked most was the Civil Grand Jury, because it took a part of our government, which is, it's private. I was going to say secretive, but it's private. And they review the information that they get on a subject or one that they pick. And then they build it out, and then there was a call for how you could join the Civil Grand Jury. So that was very fulfilling. It was a great public service.
Oh, that's amazing. So how can the Better Part, they're always looking for new programs. How can they get the word out?
Well, we take suggestions from anybody who watches the program, and all our members are welcome to suggest programs and to suggest titles. And it's not difficult to find subjects. I can go to the Cupertino Courier, and in one issue I can pick 2 shows.
When and where does the Better Part hold their meetings?
We hold our meetings in the Cupertino Senior Center, which is across the street from De Anza College. And we have it on Tuesday morning, and that's our planning meeting. And in our planning meeting, we cover the business of the Better Part, the things that we do to make the programs, the administration, the processing of some orders or something that come in for people who want to buy programs. We develop the people who will be working on the next program, the slate or the crew, and then we talk about new programs, and then we review a program before it goes out on the air. So the whole group reviews it, and we find errors, because in editing, after you've been looking at a show for 8 hours, you don't see half of the errors. And anybody's welcome to drop in there.
And the Better Part produces their TV shows at KMVT15 in Mountain View, is that correct?
Yes, the city of Cupertino, the city of Cupertino funds our programming up here, which allows us to make 3 programs a month. And that's more than enough for our year of program development. We use the equipment. We go through the training here to learn how to use the equipment, and they discourage dropping the cameras on the ground, things like that. So we're very happy with KMVT and the staff here and what they allow us to do.
Can anyone attend the meetings?
Yes, you're personally welcome to come in, sit in on a meeting. We suggest that you call this Cupertino Senior Center first, so we know that you're coming, and you won't be surprised. And we'll tell you, sometimes we don't have a meeting on Tuesday mornings, and then we could call you back and tell you that. But you're welcome to chat with us anytime. What
are some of the various crew positions?
Oh, I can just spread my arm out here and pick up all the crew positions. So we have 2 locations. This is the studio, and then there's the control room. In the studio, we'd have someone like you who would be a host, and a guest like me. Then we have 3 camera people right here taking directions from the director. Then we have a floor director who manages this room to see that everything is going right, sees that it's set up correctly, see that the cameras are all in good shape, and coaches people on what to do. Then we move into the control room, and going down the row of the control room, you have the audio person who's listening to us, listening for levels of speech. So most people do not speak at the same volume. So before the show, he balances that so that it sounds correctly. After that, we have the VTR. That's the tape and the timer. We also record to digital.
Well, thanks, Phil, for being here and sharing all this great information. We hope you've enjoyed our program. If you're interested in learning more about the Better Part, viewing our shows, or volunteering with us, here's our contact information. Thanks for viewing.